All right, we're back. We're back. We're putting the bad boy in the car.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the ZHP Garage. We got the engine and transmission sitting right here on the cherry picker from where we left off last video. And we're gonna set it here in the Nova and we're gonna get it marked out with everything, with the shifter, with the floorboards.
Nasty floor.
Yeah, we're gonna delve more into the interior work today.
Delve?
And,
Dove? Dive?
delve?
Delve? We're gonna delve.
Delve's a word.
We're gonna delve into it.
I'm sure delve's a word. We're gonna dive right into this, into the interior work. So let's get this thing set in there. Let's check it out. Well, we had some complications getting the engine in. We took off the tire, the sway bar, the oil pan. We just could not get the thing in. We're gonna have to cut the floorboard. It's getting late here in the garage. We're gonna call it a day. We'll be back here in a couple days. 5 seconds for you guys, a couple days for us. All right, so it's been a couple days. We're back here in the garage right now. We noticed that we're gonna have to pull the engine back out. We're not gonna be able to set it in here and show you right now because we need to cut and grind a couple things, mainly with the floorboards and the tunnel for the transmission. So let's give it to the master mechanic. Let's see what he has going on. So you're pulling the engine and transmission back out?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, the training's in the way. I gotta cut the tunnel to clearance it. So I gotta pull the training back out. Take a look inside here. You can see where I started to cut it, but I can't cut it here because the training's in the way. So I gotta pull the training out so I can I gotta cut this up, open it up so there's enough room for the training to come in. I'm probably gonna have to come back a little bit more. But I gotta get the training out of the way so I can cut this open so then I can get the engine and training set in there. The mounts we have, they have two different sizes on GM. You have a wider and a narrower. So the mounts we have are narrower. So just to save not having to buy new mounts, we've already had these ones. We have the narrow ones, of course. So I just ground it down a little bit on both sides to make it the width of the narrow GM mounts is all I was doing. Because these are set up for the wider ones.
And do you think with the hole that you cut for the tunnel, we're gonna have enough room to drop this in?
I hope so. If not, we can always cut more. We almost got it to go in. It needs to go back quite a bit more, but it's up against the firewall. Well, we might have to move the bolt for the cherry picker, the engine bolt, put it on the side, but I don't think it's going to go back enough. But these mounts are adjustable. You can move the mounts. You can bring the mounts back on the adapter plates. So I think we might have to bring them back a little bit. But we're going to set it down. We're going to move the bolts, the chains. We're going to put it on the exhaust manifolds like the front ones are. And then we're going to move the mounts back on the adapter. So we got this thing sitting in here. The mount, we're gonna have to change the mounts altogether. After all, these are too tall. We gotta get lower profiles. We took the little spacer shim that goes behind the mount on both sides. Just try to get it lower to get it to fit in, but it's too tall. So this one's not down all the way. The driver's side, we have a bolt in it, but we gotta get different mounts. We wound up moving it forward on the adapter. Or back. Then we move the mounts back, which moves the engine forward. The next hole is 1.25 inches. So this is pretty much where it's going to be because we don't really have the room to bring it back. 1.25 inches, it'd be touching the firewall. We got the floor massaged, clearanced, which I think it looks like it's a pretty good spot. The shifter will sit about like so. Pretty good spot. So we're just gonna have to get when we do the floorboards, we're gonna get a bigger tunnel for the tranny and straighten this all out, but we might have to raise the whole tunnel back just for dry shaft clearance because the tranny's up a little higher than what it's going to be. But so we'll have to see once we get the floorboards done. We might have to raise this whole tunnel just because the car is going to be lower to get the ground clearance.
So how do you plan to weld this up and mock it up after it's all done?
I'm going to get a tunnel from like the Chris Austin Chassis Works. They make a bigger tunnel that you just cut it back and then you just wind up. So it'll just be welded to the floor. When we replace the floors, we'll put the floors in first, and then we'll put the tunnel to it. It's all gonna be welded. But I'm just gonna buy a bigger tunnel from like Chris Austin. Make them. Just anybody that makes any chassis shop makes a bigger tunnel. They make the whole tunnel going back too, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. But for sure, obviously we got to do this. And you can see it's a little off center. because on the old schools, the shifter linkage is on the side of the tranny. That's why the tunnel's a little offset on this side. So we're gonna, now it's in the center, so we can get the tunnel centered in the car, so you have a little more room over here with your foot and everything. But now we got this mocked up, now we get the car leveled out, and we're gonna get these floors fixed. These things are a disaster. So we're gonna gotta take a little bit more out, finish getting these gauges out of the way, take the heater box out, the rest of the interior, the kick panels. Then we're gonna work on doing the floorboard here. We got the intake on it, just trying to get an idea of how everything's gonna fit. We put the core support on it just for, you know, fitment of radiator and everything. Now that it's in here, everything actually fits pretty good. I like it. The engine is in a good spot. We don't need to worry about bringing it back anymore. So this is pretty much where it's gonna be. We just gotta get the mounts that are lower so it sits in there properly. But now that it's in here, we're gonna work on mocking up the brakes. So we got our master cylinder. We're just gonna run a manual brakes. The proportioning valve that mounts off the side of it. So it's gonna be sitting over here. I think it sits about like so. We're gonna mount the brakes on here, the calipers. Then we can do the brake lines. And we need to weld some tabs on because, so to hold the brake line, because this goes to a hard line, so we need to weld the tabs on. It's gonna hold the line about like so. Go to the caliper, so we're gonna have to do that. And we're gonna run all the hard lines. So that's probably the next thing we're gonna do on this. Next time we get back to it, get the brake lines up here. We're not gonna worry about the rear because we still have to do the floors, but we're just gonna do the front. So we'll run, you know, this side, and then we'll run a hard line over to the passenger side, and then we're just gonna worry about the front for right now until we get the floors done. But everything's looking pretty good though. It fits in here nicely.
Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, please go down below, hit the subscribe button. It'll be much appreciated. And stay tuned for next video because you never know what we're gonna do here at ZHP Garage because stuff gets crazy out here. See you guys all in the next video.